particularly happy to be here this morning, and I stand on the existing protocols. Mr. Chairman, Madam Deputy Minister, the head of WHH and other members of the High Table, I bring you greetings from the Sierra Leone Association of Non-Governmental Organizations, which is fondly called SLANGO. And for those of you who do not know what SLANGO is the hub for NGOs in Sierra Leone. And at the moment, we have 600 membership. Both national and international organizations are registered with us. And we have also released the Gazette, which means they have been recognized by government as well. So if you have your NGO and it's not registered in SLANGO, it means you are not operating legally, just to bring that to the fore. However, I want to bring you greetings from the Board of Directors, the General Membership, and the Secretariat. And we are here because SEND Sierra Leone is one of our members. I'm very much happy that we are here to discuss critical issues that has to do with women's rights, that has to do with women's bodies, that has to do with our sexual autonomy. And I'm always very happy to be in the presence where some of these conversations are going on. I just want to also be very positive to say that we are also very grateful with the government for putting in place some progressive laws. And I'm sure those laws are in action, and some of us have been able to use those laws to prosecute some of the perpetrators who have violated our sexual rights. I want to say that we appreciate the government for that and the great work that the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs are doing, and also the work of the Ministry of Social Welfare. I also want to say thank you to all other organizations who have gone the length and breadth of this country just to raise awareness when it comes to do with sexual health and rights. I also want to recognize leaders from the various institutions that it's been ages ago we have been crying that there has been to be able to move some of these processes forward. And I want to appreciate all of you who have given your time, your energy to ensure that you protect every woman that is around you. Just yesterday, I had an audio message on my phone, somebody to say somebody in her neighborhood is violating her daughter, that the lady has decided to put pepper in the private part of the young girl because of one or two reasons. And the reason why I'm bringing this story forward is because the level of awareness that we have now is much, much better. Before, people will subscribe to those kind of things to say, yes, she needs to be brought up properly, she needs to be given that kind of punishment so that she knows that she cannot do it the next time. And I'm happy that that person was able to identify that that was a violation and was able to report it. So we are here to discuss the BRAVE project and to launch the BRAVE project. And I want to say that a lot of energy and effort has gone in, and I want, as we implement this project, and I want to talk to my young women and young men from the university to say that gender equality is good for every one of us, and respectful relationship is also good for every one of us. That is why before you engage on anything that has to do with your bodies, you need to seek consent. If consent is not given, you should not embark on that particular initiative that you want to have on my body. And we also need to have healthy communities, healthy relationships, healthy conversations. I also want to say that as we go through the implementation of this project, We should be able to dismantle harmful gender stereotypes and biases that has contributed to some of this disrespectful relationship. And it's a university project that we encourage critical thinking around gender roles, power dynamics, and the root causes of some of this violence and the disrespectful behaviors. Because sometimes we do not understand why some of these are happening, and some of us will just jump into it. And then at the end of the day, we become victims, and our rights are being violated, and we don't know what to do, we don't know how to react to some of those situations. I want to encourage that we put some critical thinking into this, so that as you benefit from this project, you are able to leave a legacy that other people can benefit from. I also want to say that as this project is being implemented within the various institutions, that will provide enough knowledge, skills, that will equip our students with knowledge to respond to all forms of violence, including verbal, physical, and emotional abuse. Some stories, I remember whilst I was very active in the women's rights world, that most of the stories that we have from the university has to do with verbal and emotional. And it affects some students to the extent that they even dropped out of the university. So we need to enhance knowledge to ensure that we are able to give enough information when it comes to verbal, physical, and emotional abuse. I also want to say that as students, we should, as people who will be implementing this project or as beneficiaries of this project, we must ensure that our university environments are safe, inclusive, and everyone feels respected regardless of their gender identity and their background. Because most of the time, we fall victims of some of these situations because we don't feel respected and we don't feel valued. So I just want to leave you with some of this advice to say that I know the project has made provision for all of this, but please, as you develop the I hope there is a portion of anti-bullying and harassment. I hope that those policies that has to do with anti-bullying and anti-harassment within the various institutions are well thought through, and the people who are going to benefit from some of these policies are part and parcel in putting down some of the initiatives or some of the points that has to do with the various policies. I want to encourage all of us that we have reporting mechanism within the institutions. I know when those things are put forward, sometimes we ridicule it, we laugh at it, to say, oh, we are big, why do we have reporting boxes all over the place? But it will be good if we want to ensure that we are successful with this project. And also encourage enough training for staff, both lecturers and administrative staff. I remember when they were acting this, you saw the attitude of the administrative staff who was in charge of students coming to put their reports forward when it comes to do with harassment. You saw the attitude, you saw the negligence, and all of that. So maybe if it's not part of that, we should ensure that it is part of the training processes, so that even the administrative staff, they know what it entails and what should go on. And I also want, that SEND Sierra Leone and Welch Orga ensure that there is lots of partnership amongst organizations who are working in this. We benefit from one another, we have experience sharing, we have cross-learning exchange, so that we're able to have at least 100% of the implementation done. I want to wish SEND Sierra Leone and Welch Orga all the very best in the implementation of this project, and to register our commitments as SLANGO. We're here to ensure that you have visibility, that you have the right type of momentum to ensure that when you put forward your initiative into paper, you are able to implement it to the letter, and you have the accolade for that. I want to say thank you so much for all those who have been working hard in this direction, and I wish you all a pleasant weekend and have a nice day.